Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to GameStar TV 1, the GRL Autumn Qualifiers, where 14 teams play out for 6 spots in the GameStar Invitational to be played throughout the month of May. My name is Crisis, and I am joined in the studio once again by none other than EJ. And EJ, it's going to be Feint versus Singularity coming up next.
Yes, look, I'll be honest, I don't know huge amounts about both teams, but based on the action we've seen today, and this has been our selected feature match for this round, I'm expecting big things.
Bottom of the ladder at the moment.
Bottom of the ladder game.
These two teams haven't won at all, so they're both on the bottom.
Someone is coming away a winner today.
So it's game number 4, did you say?
Round number 4.
So I can't... I don't know if I've typed something wrong, but I can't seem to join the server.
It's 4-7.
Oh, it's... Okay.
7 being the final number.
Okay, gotcha. All right, well, we'll just get into the server in a moment, ladies and gentlemen, for Feint versus Singularity. And it should be a good match. Both of these teams fighting to get rid of the donut on the tournament board. And while we wait for the teams to actually join, we'll just talk a little bit about what's going to happen at the end of the day's broadcasting. So we've got 8 rounds to broadcast, ladies and gentlemen. And then after that, we're going to be bringing you the draw, the group draw. So what we've done is we've seeded the top 4 qualifiers into separate groups, group A, B, C, and D. And then we are going to place the next 12 qualifiers into their groups using a random method. So we have a little, I mean, you'll see what the random method is when we get there, but it's not going to be, it's not going to be names in a hat. We'll have a camera focusing on it, and it might look a little bit like a hack job that goes through, but...
No, they do it for the World Cup and the Melbourne Cup, dude, so it's good enough for them, it's good enough for us.
Exactly. So it's going to be a fantastic draw show that we have immediately after the qualifiers. So after round number 8, don't go away. We will be doing the draw to place teams into their slots.
The server.
The teams are now getting into the server. We'll get some game sounds going on, and it is Singularity on the orange team.
Oh my God, we got Beatnik playing.
Yeah, there you go.
Beatnik action. I'm going to spectate Beatnik, and it's Beatnik from the kickoff. Beatnik goes and picks up a bit of boost. Beatnik driving around. Beatnik gets a little bit of air and gets knocked sideways for his trouble. He's got the Melody Maker boost going as well. That sounds kind of funky. First shot on goal, blocked out though. Unraveled his teammate there with a huge play to block that one out. We'll run through the teams for you now for these 2 teams. Crisis.
Oh, caught me at a moment there. So for Feint, we've got Floor, Bloomy, and Nerd, none other than going up against the orange team. That is Singularity, Beatnik, Wolfie, and Unravel. And goodness me, seeing the name Wolfie, I've just realized I think he's still banned from our Discord.
Nah, he's not banned.
Oh, you had to lift the Discord. Shout out to Wolfie.
I sorted him out.
Yeah, he did a little bit.
Sorted him out.
Yeah, he did a little bit of spamming, and so we knocked him out. Well, we've had a score. Nerd came through and picked up a score there. It is 1-0 in favor of Feint.
It is indeed, as Beatnik drives across the middle of the ground here and just sort of drives around. He's got a halo on his car. That looks kind of cute, though. And the ball gets intercepted off the top of him there by the man we're talking about, Wolfie. Driven over the top, and now Beatnik drops back. And it's all right, ladies and gentlemen, I won't do the total Beatnik show, but, you know, he's new to GameStar, so he gets his initiation by having his match broadcast, and the world gets to see the skills and the styles that is Beatnik. He goes up, he gets it, he drops it down, into the corner. His teammate comes across, flicks that into the play. It's driven out by Floor, though, and Unravel at the back, getting the job done. Crisis on defense for the team from Singularity.
Nerd looking to set something up for Flame, but it's intercepted well by Wolfie. And Wolfie carries it out over into the blue zone himself. He's against the wall. He gets himself into a little bit of a twist, and that means blue gets to pass it over. Flame to Nerd, takes the shot, and Flame trying to get the last touch to it. but the defense was good. A fantastic passage of play, in fact, from Beatnik. He picked up like 3 badges in one play, EJ. So for his first time on a GameStar stream as a GameStar rookie, he's doing pretty well.
He is indeed. I'm over following floor now for the Feint team. He's in the back corner here. Just picks it up, comes across for defense. Oh, he almost got Beatnik dribbling it over the top of him there and managed to get the block on, push the ball down into the Singularity half of the field, and it's already returned down to Feint's goal line. And again, it is Floor who gets it out, and it is Nerd this time. Great defense, Nerd. Ball shot again by Wolfie, goes too high, hits the crossbar. Nerd dribbling it down, gets a lovely cross across. Here comes Floor, but it's Unravel at the back, who unraveled the offense of the Feint team there and shook it up and drops it down towards the goal. Deflected into the post by Bloomy. Another shot on goal, doesn't go in. Oh, that was double action crisis in front of the Feint goal.
Man, I was just winding up to yell Wolfie had he got that in, but it was not to be. The defense so good at the moment. 1-0 right now in favor of Feint, and their defense has been unbreakable for a good 3 minutes of this first game. Now we have an opportunity though. Wolfie high in the air, combines with Beatnik, the two of them looking to create something in the blue zone. It's up into the air for Bloomy, looking for a defensive move. It's sitting for an age. Bloomy gets himself sorted and turns around, crosses across his goals and clears the ball away. This could be a great solo effort from him. A good touch, almost gets the grubber going, but Unravel is there to pick it up, EJ.
He is indeed, and Unravel is the man of the hour, so I might as well go over and follow him. In fact, I ended up on Wolfie, and I'm glad I did. He's got a paper boat as a hat, and it doesn't get much better than that here in the GameStar Autumn Qualifiers. Shout out to Neba, who's joined us in the Twitch chat as well today. I'm sure we'll be dragging Neba in for a cast at some point as we drag a goal in from Flory from Feint there, getting the ball in. And I just got to do a quick shout out to a friend who's listening. They'll get a quick break in play. Hola, Stanky. ¿Cómo estás, mi amigo? And that's a shout out to our Colombian listeners who are tuning in today as well. And it is 2-0 here for everybody else, including everybody in Colombia who's watching this today. They're watching this one, of course, Crisis. 34 of them are tuned in. 1 minute, 3 seconds on the clock. It's 2-0 in the first game in favor of Feint.
Hey, talking about who's watching. Oh, another shot goes through. Floor picks up another one. That Bam! Is his second of the day. He'll be pleased with a nice little cross there from Nerd. The pop-up was perfect, and Beatnik with the cross defense wasn't able to get there in time. 3-0 right now in favor of Feint. They will be very, very pleased with that. Boys and girls, get the tweets going, get the spam on social media out there, hashtag HeyGRL and twitch.tv/GameStarTV1. Let's get some viewers in here. The more that are in, Wolfie comes through and gets the donut off the board for the orange team. Again, a nice little cross there, the double touch from Unravel, and Wolfie with a finishing touch. They're on the board, EJ, with 44 seconds to go.
Yeah, they needed that one. That's going to get their confidence up. Even if they don't win this particular round, for the second round coming up, it's best of 3, if you know, here today in the qualifiers at GameStar. It'll help with their confidence, the fact they've scored a goal. If you go out of your first game with a donut crisis, it's, that can be actually morally, demoralizing for you.
Yeah, it can hurt quite a lot. But it's not going to happen this time round. 25 seconds to go. Wolfie up into the air, looks to get a touch. He doesn't quite manage to do so. Finally gets it in the dead zone with a good little touch there. All 3 defenders right now on the orange team working hard to get the ball out of their own zone. Now high into the air goes Wolfie, but off the backboard. It's almost a crushing blow there. The 4-1 doesn't come through though for Feint. They're surely going to finish. In the last second, Bloomy with one more goal for them.
Crisis with the early call. They weren't going to get the 4-1, and Bloomy said, I don't think so. I want 4-1. 4-1 sounds good to me. And it was Bloomy good time, and that's it. Feint now taking that heavy lead of 1-0 over now Singularity. Crisis, these teams are both winless today so far coming into this match, which means someone will walk away as a winner here today. Everyone's a winner at GameStar Invitational Qualifiers.
Yeah, they are indeed. So just getting ourselves sorted, fixing up the scoreboard. I see Singularity's name was just a little bit too long for us. We've got that sorted out. Feint, they have their the first win on the board, 1-0 in the lead for the series and looking to break their deadlock at the bottom of the table in the qualifiers.
Indeed. Shout out to Khalidra. She's a bit biased, or he's a bit biased for the Bloomies. I'm not quite sure which way it goes. Either way it goes, it's great that you're biased. We love it. Get the chat going. And the have funs, good lucks have gone out. And it's good to see that going on. It's a hangover from the FPS days, but fantastic. It continues to the sport. There's the opening goal, and it is the man of the hour, the Beatnik Crisis. Wow, he'll make a highlight film out of that one. That'll be on YouTube later today for sure.
Oh, and a bit of a defensive lapse from the boys in blue. Feint actually passed. One of the Feint players passed the ball into the center there for Beatnik to pick up, who couldn't believe his luck, EJ. He wasn't sure he had touched it. But yes, he did, and they've got the donut off the board, and they're in the lead in game 2.
That's the position they wanted to be in. They want to win this one and take it to a third round. So they're going to have to play strong. Nerd with the huge Beatnik demo there. That was great work, driving it to his teammate with a little cross pass, and it gets flicked downfield by Bloomy. But the defense is back for the boys from Singularity. They clear it out of there. In fact, they haven't cleared it out of anywhere. It's still in that back corner. And we've got Nerd just sort of trolling around there, waiting to see what he can do. He doesn't need to do anything. It's a Bloomy with the Bloomy-tastic score yet again.
Great passing play from Flame, putting it right to their striker. And they even up the scores. They're 1-0 in the series ahead. And now having even up the scores, putting the pressure onto Singularity.
And shout out to Neba, and you got to get your man swing out of the shower, dude. It's going to break the faucet every time. And the goal is bouncing in. It's floor this time. And that is 2-1. And they've wrestled that lead back very quickly, Crisis. And shout out to Cyrex for giving me the laugh of the day so far. And much appreciated. And very glad I got to push the talk button if that's the case.
Just great solo effort coming through from floor. With the juggle out wide and then creating his own scoring opportunity. So they're in the lead once again, looking to win the series with a 2-0, but they've got to get themselves past Singularity, and they've got to get themselves past Beatnik, who picks up the double.
Past Beatnik is right, Crisis. We'll just watch the replay here. Beatnik, beautiful little touch there. He got the first touch, cleaned up the rebound, and 2-2, Crisis, with 3 minutes and 53 seconds on the clock in round 2.
And a shout out, of course, to Iberine, who wants to have a Neba and Visor cast going on. Well, send a message through to Psionics, Iberine, because what they need to do is create the opportunity for servers to have more than 2 spectators, and then we can set that up exactly for you. But for now, it's going to be me all day in combination with the players. And one other caster, Unravel, gets the boys from Singularity in the lead with the 3rd goal.
Yes, nice goal. As EJ almost chokes on a bit of celery there, and that's not a good thing at all. And that takes it out to a 3-2 lead here, and we're just 3.5 minutes to go in the second round. Great action by both teams. 5 goals in 2.5 minutes. Make that 6 goals. No, it just drifts off to the left there. The shot by Wolfie. At the goal, didn't quite go in. We'll go over to Unraveled now. He does get the little flick on down towards the blue goal mouth, and it's driven out of there by Nerd. But pushed back in. Bloomy gets the defense on, picking up a halo. And if someone can get some air on this, it's in a bad position for the blue team. There it goes. Goal to Unraveled. And they go to a 4-2. 6 goals. 2 minutes, Crisis. This is what Rocket League delivers.
And Wolfie has got to get the man of the match. I actually think he was going to do the dodge forward to look for a steal, but didn't quite get the time to do it. The power on that shot from Unravel just too strong. And right now, Singularity looking to pull the game back, pull the series back. They're 1-0 down, EJ, but after the first 2 minutes of the game, they are just pounding away at the blue goal.
We had a floater across the face of goal there. Players went in every direction, Crisis, but no one got the direction onto the ball to get it into the net. And in fact, we're back down now in front of Feint's goal. And this is not where they want to be when they're down 2 goals and only 2.5 minutes on the clock.
A good defensive touch from Flame. It's still there, though, for Unravel. He tries to find the position in the air. The bounce of the ball and the defender together, beating him. Wolfie, though, returns the ball. Sustained pressure coming through from Singularity at the moment. Keeping the ball in the blue zone. Threading the needle is, was that Beatnik? Looking to combo, but Nerd coming through now, carrying the ball over. It's in the orange zone, returned in the midfield to the blue. Wolfie up into the air. He comes flying off the sides wall, EJ, but doesn't create anything out of it. And now Feint, Nerd on the attack. It's not to be, though.
No, it's not indeed. 4 goals to 2 is the scoreline. I'm following Bloomy. He does a beautiful little flip, just hits the sidebar. He gets there to keep it down. Great work. Oh, Wolfie clears it out. Wolfie saves the day and sets up. Oh, I thought it was going to be an easy goal, but it was. Nothing was easy when you got Floor on defense. Floor drives it out of there. 4 minutes. I keep saying 4 minutes for some reason. I want more action. It's clear, Crisis. I want 4 more minutes of action, not the 1 minute and 17 seconds we're going to get in this second round.
Well, the way to get more action is for the blue team to get the Everton. So they've got to get another 2 goals coming through. This is danger, though. The orange team has been in control all the way through the second game, and they have kept the pressure on. Pressure is still on right now. The floating ball is going to hit the crossbar, but only just. That was almost in.
Oh, man.
Flame.
If they didn't have Floor, the scoreline would be a lot worse. That guy has been a defending dynamo this second half of this round.
Done such good work, but it has not been enough to keep all 4 goals out. The 2-goal deficit now getting harder and harder for Feint to clear away. Bloomy's got the ball. He gets a good pinch going down wide. It's picked up in the air by Nerd, and Floor coming through. Just whiffs the ball. Bloomy with the second touch. It's in the dead zone, though, as Nerd picks up the ball again. Gets the cross through. It's high, though, and Wolfie with a great defensive move. The attack, though, from Floor. Coming through again, EJ, and with 11 seconds.
Defense to offense. And Floor there picking it up. 11 seconds. Oh, can they get to an Ivertim? We're hoping for more Ivertim action. And I'm going to stay with Bloomy as the kickoff goes. There we are. We're underway. It's under 10 seconds now. It is in the orange half of the field. No, it's flicked down, pushed out. This is a shot, Crisis. Shot's on goal. It's up. Oh, blocked out. Beatnik saves the day. He got the opening goal. He saves the last goal. All Beatnik all day long here. And that is 2-0. 1 round all. I almost gave the game away, Crisis. 1 round all.
And I mean, technically, you're an admin of the tournament, so that could almost have been an official ruling.
Possibly.
No, it wouldn't have been, ladies and gentlemen. We are 1-1 in the series, and this game at the bottom of the ladder is producing the goods for us. Feint taking the lead 1-0. Singularity coming back with a evening up the scores. So the series is at 1-1, and now it all comes down to this. One of these teams will stay with a ring of donuts on the board in the tournament tables, and one of them's going to break that, take a bite out of the donut, and get themselves a bit of score.
Oh man, I'm so hungry, and you keep talking about donuts.
Oh, this is the end of round 4, so we should have a lunch break, I think, after this.
I think we should. We'll see what the players want to do. And bugger the commentators, we'll see what the players want to do. 4 minutes, 40 seconds is on the clock. And I'm following Floor because he was the big player in that last round. Ball in front of the orange goal. Floor coming in at full speed, sets the center in. Can they get the touch? They get the touch. Bloomy off the great pass. You can watch the replay, Crisis. Floor comes from a long way back here. Perfect timing on the boost. Just enough of a cross. Bloomy's there, knocks it in. 1-0. Feint starting it off with the first 30 seconds gone in round 3.
Well, we've had each of the teams take a game apiece, And now the opening goal going to the boys in blue. Does that set the pattern for the rest of the game? And are they going to be the ones to break the deadlock in the tournament standings, get themselves some points on the board? Wolfie with a good dribble beats one defender. It's intercepted by a second. He's still got control though. He goes up onto the wall floor with a great read, gets a half volley through. Nerd picking it up in the midfield, carries it through now. This is danger. The whiff's coming through, and Unravel with a desperate defense clears it away, EJ, and gives the control back over to the orange team.
That was really close. Bloomy almost got the flick in to get the second goal on the board for Feint there. Wasn't able to do it, and the ball is still being played down in the orange half of the field. There's the setup now. A nice bit of defense. Beatnik just got enough interference on that to stop what would have been a perfect setup. Midfield play for Bloom coming through. They don't need to worry, though, because he's dropped back on defense where he's valuable to the team. He clears it down the middle of the field, and it's still getting pushed, though, back towards his goal mouth. And who's that? Wolfie it is, up on the side wall. Gets the centre ball. Crisis. No one coming through from the Singularity team to capitalise on that one.
Yeah, really low scoring first part of the game. Almost 2 minutes gone by. Just the one goal that's scored. And you get the feeling there's going to be a little bit of floodgates in just a few minutes. Both of these teams will get increasingly desperate. Look at that, 3 players from the blue team all gathered in the orange zone looking to create something, but the defense is sure and strong, and Beatnik now with a touch to clear the ball away. Unravel with a nice little backflip, gets the ball over. Beatnik following through, whiffs the ball. I think he's run out of boost entirely, but EJ, so he can't create anything out of that and has to fall away.
Bloom with the great defense there to stop that momentum shift by Singularity down to the goal mouth. It's still favouring Singularity here. Beatnik gets very high. Bloom gets higher. That's a long-range shot. Crisis. Is it going to drop? No. Hits the crossbar. Doesn't quite drop into the goal. Almost. Almost. Like Bizer on a Friday night. It was almost a goal. Although you're married now, Bizer. Every night's Friday night. 2 goals
comes through.
Floor sets it up.
And the ball goes high up into the air. The touch by Bloomy was what created the goal. The defense up against the backboard, not good enough, and Bloomy creating the opportunity for Floor to get the 2-0 up. And right now, Singularity will have to start to dig deep to get themselves back into this game, EJ.
Well, in the juxtaposition now, do they actually put more players on defense and try and stop it? 2 minutes to go, though, and you want to get your first win on the board. I reckon go for it. Push 2 forward, 1 goalie. Oh, look at the save. Wolfie with the little side flip at the end there. It was almost 3-0. Bloomy's up high, tries to flick it in again. Can't quite get there. Unravel gets sideswiped by his own teammate. No one's in goal. And Bloomy Crisis knocks it in for what will surely be the winning goal here in this match.
Yeah, it could be the death knell. A great worked goal again. All 3 players from blue working together to create that excellent goal. And I was talking about desperation, EJ. 3 orange players stuck in the corner there defending to try and keep the goal score, the goal situation at 2-0. Not good enough. They left the goal open in the end for the passing play of Feint to come through and get themselves even further in the lead.
Now, Crisis, we need to get a couple of more heads on screen here with our avatars, so we need our next level of subs. Goes up, and that needs a sub right there, ladies and gentlemen. You get a shot like that from floor, that someone's got a sub for that alone, because we got to get the rest of the crew's heads up there. Rochi, the Beard of Casting, Don Mega, and Neba. And if you want their heads, just sub, and we'll get them up there.
Shout out to Monty Connell, who is one of our subscribers, Iberine as well. Thanks for the support, guys. And of course, your subscriber fees are all going towards MVP awards at this stage. So keep them coming through and know that you'll be giving back to the community. It's not lining the pockets of the wealthy GameStar broadcasters. That's not the case at
wealthy?
all. No, right. 4-0 right now for the boys in blue. They are looking a shoe-in, EJ, at this stage with 40 seconds to go for taking the series.
They are indeed. And I'm pretty sure we can safely wrap it up for them. It's been a great play by the Singularity boys, Beatnik and the crew. Unraveled's done his best, and so has Wolfie to try and keep themselves in it. But it's the high-quality action that we're seeing in the autumn qualifiers as they get a consolation goal to Beatnik with 16 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, gets the breakaway. That's the danger. Blue team have been doing this. Feint have been pushing forward with all three players all game long, and they finally get punished for it. 16 seconds to go. This will be a magical comeback train if there ever was to be one. This is not the place to be in, though, for the comeback train to make that comeback. 6 seconds to go, and who's going to stuff it in? Floor finally manages to push the ball in. Look at this. Oh, Nerd, Bloomy, and then Floor finally with the finishing touch.
And we just heard from Calandra, who's in their comms chat. Bloomy is screaming at him to knock that ball in, and we can see why when the replay comes through there. It was absolute open goal, carnage action. And great work by Feint there. They take this one out. They pick up a win for the tournament. And Crisis an MVP from that particular game. Who do you think stood out for us? And in Twitch chat, who do you think stood out in that game?
It's got to be Floor, I think.
Well, I think Floor's defense really broke the boys from Singularity. And then when he switched to offense and started knocking the goals in, it was kind of game over.
Yeah, he was fantastic all over the field. And I guess with their attacking style, with all three players up very, very frequently, that defensive performance, absolutely crucial that he was able to be back when he needed to be. Well, a 5-1 victory in the end there for the second game, 2-1 for the series. And
we got the vote from Calandra, and they know the score. And also, Fatchi, it is going to Floor.
So fantastic play from them. They get some points on the board in the tournament standings. We'll be right back in a couple of minutes, ladies and gentlemen, with round number 5, although there might be a little bit of discussion about some lunchtime. So look out for the text notification that comes through on the tournament scoreboard. And we'll let you know whether it's going to be 5 minutes or whether it's going to be 30 minutes, depending on whether the players want to have some lunch. We'll be right back in just a moment. This is Crisis and EJ signing out.
Get